Hello everyone, welcome to the presentation of BlueImpact. In this presentation, we will be covering the following topics. What is the aim of BlueImpact? What features are currently built and supported? A demo of the working prototype? Future enhancements? Team BlueImpact. BlueImpact is a way that citizens can use social media for impact on better governance to report issues immediately. Most social and public issues currently go unreported because people either don't know how to report it or people think it's time consuming to report it and follow up. What if there was a simple and quick way to report these issues? What if we could harness social media like Twitter and mobile solutions like SMS or call to address these issues in the society? What if we could use people to help drive government programs? That's the aim of BlueImpact. Let's have a look at how it currently works. First, Twitter. It listens to Twitter for registered hashtags. It sends reply tweets and direct messages seeking additional information. Second, SMS and call. It receives SMS sent to a registered number. It calls back the sender seeking more info. It sends SMS replies seeking more information. Next, it stores the data on the cloud. It also creates intake cases in Quorum. To better understand how BlueImpact works, here's a demo of the working prototype. Let's say the Child Services Department of a state wants to curb child abuse. It wishes to use its citizens to report child abuse cases as and when they are witnessed. It exposes a Twitter hashtag and a number that people can SMS into. First, we take a case where a Twitter handle is used to report an issue. It's a bright sunny morning, but sadly for John Smith, his wife decides to drag him to the nearby mall for some shopping. John and his wife are strolling through the mall when suddenly they spot a young girl all alone in the mall with bruises on her face. John's wife is worried about the safety of the child and asks John to do something. John remembers seeing the poster of the Child Services Department and decides to tweet them. John uses the Twitter app on his smartphone to send the tweet. John tweets to hashtag BlueImpact with the tweet, "Found girl in the mall with bruises on the face." Within minutes, John gets a notification on the tweet. The reply is from the Child Services team at BlueImpact requesting him to send a direct message to BlueImpact with more information, specifically questions like who, where, when, and how the incident occurred. John sends a direct message back with the asked details. BlueImpact then receives this direct message. An intake case is registered in Quorum. The information sent by John in the various tweets and direct messages are captured in the narrative text of the intake case. The intake reference number is then sent to John in a direct message to let him know that a case is registered in Quorum and a caseworker will look into the issue. Have a look at how it all worked together. A Java servlet is hosted on the Liberty for Java platform on BlueMix. This servlet constantly polls for tweets and direct messages from Twitter on the registered hashtags. Twitter exposes APIs that can be used to poll for tweets and direct messages, send tweets and direct messages. The hashtags to be polled and the frequency of polling can be configured. We can also configure the text sent as direct messages and tweets. The data captured from these scenarios is stored on the MySQL database. Quorum web services are used to create intake cases in Quorum. This servlet is hosted on the BlueMix platform. By leveraging BlueMix, this application can be scaled to handle higher volumes of data. Let's consider another use case. It's the same scenario of John and his wife in the mall. Only in this case, John is not too familiar with Twitter and chooses to send an SMS to the department. John sends an SMS to the number advertised by the Child Services Department. Once he does this, he gets a reply SMS back from the department with two options: call or provide more information. He replies back with call. Immediately, he receives a call with the preset number of questions. Once he answers all of them, the voice call is recorded. BlueImpact receives this recording and creates an intake case. The recording is provided as a link in the narrative text of the case. A case worker can play back the recording and note down additional details about the case. This intake reference number is then sent as an SMS to John. John now knows that a case worker is looking into the case. John and his wife can continue with their shopping, having known that they've already made an impact on the child's life. See how this scenario worked together. A servlet is hosted on BlueMix, which listens to calls and SMSs sent from Twilio and processes them. Twilio provides a number that can be used to make and receive calls, send and receive SMSs. Twilio provides API that can be used by BlueImpact to get this information. The data captured from these scenarios is stored on the MySQL database. Quorum web services are used to create intake cases in Quorum. What happens to the cases created on Quorum? A case worker logs into the application. There is a dashboard where he can find all the intake cases that need attention. He picks up one of the cases. All the details provided by John are present in the narrative text of the intake case. In case of the voice recording, the case worker can play back the recording and find all the details. The usual Quorum case worker workflow continues. What was demoed is what is currently supported by BlueImpact. Future enhancements can be to send SMS and Twitter notifications to the Quorum case worker every time a new case is reported, capture the location details, run an analysis of where most of these abuse cases are reported, and have targeted marketing of social welfare programs in those localities. The business use case of BlueImpact is not restricted to integration with Quorum alone. Let's consider other use cases where this can be used. BESCOM, the Electricity Department of Bangalore, could expose a Twitter handle and a mobile number. Citizens can tweet to hashtag BESCOM or send an SMS when they are facing power outages. BlueImpact listens to these tweets and SMSs. BlueImpact can then send an SMS or email notification to BESCOM officials to look into these issues. The data captured by BlueImpact can be used to run analysis reports. This is the team BlueImpact. Considering the tight project schedules, this project was built in pieces by this team and then integrated to form what we have today. Thank you for listening to us. This is the end of the presentation. We would like to hear from you. Please do send us your suggestions, questions, or feedback. We can also provide a demo. Do write to us at the below mentioned email addresses.